BoomCo Stealth Ambush Review. Included is the blaster, the clip, some ammo, the target, and the instructions. This is the clip-fed spring blaster with a high rate of fire in the BoomCo line. This is mid-level as far as price goes. I'll go over the external features, show you how it works, show you the firing, and then give you my opinion. Starting up front, here is a planted foregrip. This isn't actually functional or movable. It's actually there to plant your hand while you're operating the rear handle. Up front, this huge open muzzle actually doesn't have anything. It's just a location for the darts to fly through. Up top is the little shield attachment. When you push this blue button here, the shield is supposed to pop up. It never does, ever. This little hooking design is terrible. It's not a good design at all. Poorly engineered, poor plastic, but what can you do? I would recommend either keeping it on or completely pulling it off, which is very easy, because it attaches to the BoomCo rail right there. This shield is pretty cool though, because this material is the BoomCo target material, so if you want to fire one of their sticky darts at it, it'll actually stick to that. Moving back, this giant opening is the clip port, where you insert the clip and then it feeds through. Included with the blaster is an 8-round clip, but it also uses the extended round clip. They are compatible, so they're interchangeable between the two blasters. A lot of nerfers are going to say this is a magazine or a clip. This is technically a clip. People know what you're talking about if you say magazine, but by definition that's definitely a clip. Fact. Inserting the clip is pretty straightforward. There's actually an arrow embedded into the plastic right there, so you know which way to put it into the blaster. You align the little ridges and then you set it in place. You don't need to cram it in. Once you place it in, it actually feeds itself through. The bottom handle down here is actually how you prime and fire the blaster. There is no trigger. Once you prime it back, it's ready to go, and then you let it slide forward and it fires in the forward position. It's essentially slam fire, but it doesn't have a trigger, so it's slam fire only. So that's actually all of the front blaster. There's actually a hidden blaster, which I'm sure is why it's called Stealth Ambush, which is very fun actually. You can see the lever right here. It's in the upward position, which means it's locked down. When you pull this down, it actually unlocks the mechanism, so the next time you fire this, all of this nonsense flies upwards, which is really cool. This thing is actually a separate blaster, which shotguns 3 BoomCo darts all at the same time. It doesn't fire 1, 2, 3, it's just boom. And it fires at the same time as your bottom blaster. If it's empty, it'll still fire the top one, but you can just shotgun as a stealth ambush just to be funny. This latch also makes these little wings pop up, which first looks really intimidating and cool, but it also exposes little ammo holders, 3 on each side, so you can actually carry extra ammo in there. And when you're done, you can shut the little wings on both sides just by pressure fitting and then cramming down the blaster here. And again, the black thing has to be in the lower position. This won't allow it to pop up, as you can see here. And then you lower it, and it'll fire the next time. So that's really cool, because you can leave it sitting back here, primed, ready to go, and then having the lock up, and then you can deploy it whenever you actually need it, or whenever you think it would be funny to use. So you're firing with the magazine, and then you lower that, and then you're ready to go. So I think I explained how the rear blaster worked. The front blaster is very easy to use. You just front load the clip, you put it in, and then you actually just pump a bunch. Giggity. $55, $52, duplicate $52, $54, $55, $58, $52. I don't know if that was accurate. That was pretty funny. So the velocity is as expected. It's firing on par with other BoomCo blasters. It's difficult to directly compare the chronograph readings of Nerf guns and BoomCo blasters because of the different aerodynamic properties of the ammunition, but it does definitely fire far. Doesn't fire as far as the Elite blasters, just by a little bit, but it is very fun, and at a close range it's very comparable to Nerf blasters, and you're definitely not going to get outgunned within like a 60-foot range by using a BoomCo blaster. So I think I've gone over all of the cool stuff, so now I'll give you my opinion on the blaster. Overall, I've had a ton of fun with this blaster, and I'd highly recommend it. This is probably my favorite BoomCo blaster because the performance is acceptable. It takes to clips, which is very fun, especially when you use the extended clip, because 8 rounds goes very fast. It's a lot of fun, and just the action of this, I feel like I'm playing with a transformer. It's so much fun just to sit there and let it all pop out like that. And the shotgun's actually pretty effective. The velocity reading is slightly lower than the single shot blaster, which is expected, but it's definitely a usable shotgun. Whether or not it's practical for a Nerf game, I don't know, but it's tons of fun to use. If you're looking to buy a BoomCo blaster for an actual Nerf game and not just to tinker with like a single shot pistol, I would definitely recommend this one. Maybe purchasing extra magazines, or I'm sorry, clips online or something. that would make this blaster a whole lot more fun to use. But that's my review and opinion. Thanks for watching.